Varlet. So Yorkie of the Shire stands before thee, asking art thou friend or foe? If thou art friend, then join me now. To return to Galarian for more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. If thou art foe, then vanish thee back to the world wound, and the demon here shall deal with thee later. Now we've set things up in Drezen. It's time for us to think about heading out. Rested. I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. Let us just check. It has been a couple of days. Yeah, we have things, but not that we can touch yet. So, out to the main web we go. Follow me now. As we pursue demons, cultists, and their ilk. There can only be one. That one outside the law. We are chaotic. It's me. Green gates. That was where our little demon princess wanted us to go. First, let us go fight the demons here.
Comes trouble.
Scarlet Devastator, Succubus. Anything else around? Yes, there's a Succubus up there. Succubi could be an issue. Let's go. Toad, bless us. Robin. A little speed. Chicken, can you won't be able to trick Clouded Sky.
Don't hold back.
Wait. Ah. Made a mistake there. So Yorkie. You are too far away to affect the demons there, so just attack this thing. Or at least. Toad.
Inimosi Travisi.
I got this.
Chicken.
May I see your entrails, please? Strike!
Next.
Ow, ow. It's not good. Confusion could be the worst thing of all. Toad healing. We got one.
Let the attack commence. You should have run.
Not more drones. This is bad.
Cover me.
Stop it! Now priest's down. Not ideal.
Stab their backs.
Well, that thing is down at least.
Die, die, die!
That's his that. Now at last, we can deal with this.
Drown in blood!
The only one truly hurt was Priest Toad. Where is the Temple of the Good Hunt? The Lord lies there. But it looks like we need to rest there anyway. This... Nothing there. I only have one arsenal. Wise Alchemist stores magic in glass vials so that it can be unleashed on the battlefield. Plus 10 bonus to energy for all generals. Axemen. Rangers. What gather the marksmen? Those. level 3. Probably die if we attack anything. That's a guess. We have magic, but not a lot. Definitely be a bad move. Yes, you need to be at least level 4 before I'm willing to take a risk on you. You come back up here. Pursue them, of course. We have ghouls, cultists, Havasu, cultists, ghouls. That was a lot. That may have been a little bit painful. A little painful, but not too bad. Disappointing. He's afraid. Not to worry. A little turmoil from the enemy there. Nothing that could not be handled. Evidently, demons had taken a liking to the place and been using it as a sacrificial site for quite a long time. A dagger, presumably used for killing innocents, was found plunged into the center of the ritual symbol. Edge of Force. Might work for Waljeff if we ever find him again. Or out of movement. You're staying right there. You, my friends, are resting. pretty sure you can't do anything. Let's see what there's at the Temple of the Good Hunt, shall we? Step within, my friends. Let us see what sacrilege lies here.
Move out! Head on!
Kiadu? We've seen you before. The young cleric of Eristil greets you with a shy smile. What an honor it is to see you again, Commander. Welcome to the Temple of Delamere the Blessed. As the Temple's prior, I offer my greetings. Prior, the priest's face flushes pink. I want to know more about this temple and everything connected to it. Let's begin. The temple is dedicated to Delamere. Because it's a temple of Eristil, Delamere was a prior of this temple. I mean, no, not I am the prior of this temple. And she is like its blessed Mother Superior. You were journeying with me on the crusade not 5 minutes ago. Tell me about Delamere. She lived in these parts back when Sarkoris was still standing. She was a... Well, then why are you talking about her as if she's current? She was a priestess of Eristil, and the Kellids deeply respected her for her hard nature and her unshakable faith. Eristil blessed her with various wonders, and the common folk knew that she would stand up for them. Delamere did not like city life. She said cities encourage vile deeds, corruption of the soul. She said people ought to live in small clans, where everyone knows everyone, where everyone is kin, where every person has a duty to the rest. I prefer a duty to rest myself, but never mind. You can't hide your sins in a village. In a village, everyone knows what kind of person you are. She had a revelation. She would travel around the villages and see how many people lived there. When his settlement had more than 53 souls, she drove out all the rest and told them to settle elsewhere, because otherwise the village would have grown and turned into little towns. Okay. I think they may have invented Kool-Aid in this day and age. Someone's been drinking it. Her methods were harsh, of course. People still listened to her because Eristil himself was on her side. It's funny how the gods are always on your side, isn't it? She had an edge to her. She single-handedly chased off whole bands of marauders that harassed villagers. And after she died, this temple was built in her honor, and in the place where Eristil gifted her with his relics. They say it was here that a white stag emerged from the forest and spoke to her in its human form, telling her that she should hunt it, because it was the will of her lord. Delamere tracked the stag for 3 days, 3 nights, through the forests, and when she ran it to ground, she made its antlers into a bow, and its hide into armor. And that bow never misses, and Eristil himself blessed that armor, so that it repels the strikes of enemies. She really drive people out of the villages? That's ridiculous. Yoda heartedly responds, his voice trembling with anger. It's not ridiculous. It might sound strange, but Eristil blessed Delamere alone, and he gave her wisdom and power. Everything is clear. Have you seen anything suspicious in the area? The cleric swallows nervously and lowers his gaze. No, you're hiding something. Everything's quiet around here. There's nothing going on in this temple. I'm pretty sure there is now. Pilgrims have said there's a dragon flying around the area, snatching up travellers, and others say it's just a rumour. Things are quiet in my temple. We have to go. Let's explore further.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
I'm the best.
Not Nothing happening in your temple and you're begging us not to go there. I think I know where we shall be going. The young cleric lets out a loud scream and addresses you in a quavering voice. I beg you, don't touch that door. It's covered in a concealed door in the temple. Where does it lead? His face grows grey and he falters and stutters his words. What door? Oh, that door. It leads into the cellar. There's nothing interesting behind that door. Yes, you've confirmed where I'm going now. A terrible liar. Speak the truth before I lose my temper. Kiado looks on the verge of tears. It's all Zanedra. She's a witch. She came here one night, threatened to torture me, and demanded that I let her into the crypt. She said that her friends would be coming here sometimes, and that she placed a curse on me if I allow anyone other than initiated servants of Baphomet into the crypt without her permission. A brood of rats will appear in my stomach, and they will gnaw me from the inside out. But I want to live. I'm no warrior. I'm a humble shepherd. I never said a word to anyone. They go in there and do things. They whisper. Afraid to go in, and you can't go in. There's no one in there now anyway. Zanidra hasn't been here for many days. Still willing, she won't come again. I have to go. I think you're going to find some rats, entertainment for you. I hope you do find them entertaining.
I do.
Sure I shall.
My way. Always watch your back. Success. Success.
Over there! Onwards!
I'm the best.
We may be able to cook again. Now, you are not wearing any weapons. Also, we need to sort this out. Right. I have Storyteller's Ring. Ring of Stitches. I don't care about that. Actually, I want you to have that. You have no armor. We have Inspired Wisdom. That should be yours. We have Cloak of Resistance +3. I have a +2. I will take a +3. You have Cloak of Disguise. You have Book of Cleansing. You have Cloak of Blood Scent. You have +1. You now have +2. And you have +1. You also have another +1. You have +2. It looks like Bismuth is the only one who lacks a cloak. Natural armor +3. You need that. So it goes on one of the pets. Ring of Protection +1. You can have that. Physical form +2. Dex and Constitution. That's straight to you then. Dex can go to you. Don't need Constitution, she does. Summon more creatures. I'm not really summoning creatures though, am I? something this way as well.
Success.
Indeed. Elven notes. It's good if we find the storyteller again. Given we're finding elven notes, I'm pretty sure we will be doing.
Success.
Dex +4. Right away, our archer gets that. You can have Dex +2. That's something over here. Right. See if there's anything you can learn. And then you won't be doing. But might. Don't even know. Well.
Head on.
The bloody remains of a person lie out in plain view. There are marks on the bones left by gnawing teeth, some of them human.
I lead. You follow.
Diary found in a crypt. Glory be to Baphomet, Lord of the Ivory Labyrinth, unbridled consort. A Blamashdu, father of the Horned Brood, connive, maul, rut, and build labyrinths of lies in his honour. This is the will of his chosen priestess, Anedra. Burial rites fulfill several functions. They mitigate the psychological strain of parting with the deceased. They neutralise the source of disease causing miasmas. And they suppress the spread of cannibalistic and necrophiliac acts in a society at large. There are many ways of disposing of a corpse. Burning, dissolution in harsh chemicals, ingestion by all members of the community. Well, not if you want to stop cannibalism. But by far the most popular method is burial. A grave protects the corpse against carrion eaters, worms, serves as a place for remembrance, proclaims the merits of the deceased, and of especial importance, safety measures are taken. Grave burial prevents the deceased from coming back and visiting their still relatives. I must check something. Respond to that later. My dear wife sent me a beautiful little picture she's coloured in. Alright. A grave okay. The commander examines the stone sarcophagus resting in the crypt of the Temple of Erestil. It was used as a feasting table for demons until very recently. The bones are scattered across the stone top of the sarcophagus. Some are easily identifiable as human finger bones. A human eyeball floats unappetizingly in a clay bowl, and next to it lies a half-gnawed rib cage. Examine the sarcophagus. Bones are scattered across the top of the sarcophagus. Some are easily identifiable. Okay. The sarcophagus is constructed from large stone slabs, crudely hewn but fitted together with skill. Each slab is so heavy that it's impossible to reach the contents of the sarcophagus. This was likely the intention of the creators. In some places, the stone is covered with intricate curling lines and symbols. Let's look at what they are. At first, the symbols are unfamiliar to the commander, but his eyes soon land on the familiar combination of letters, Delamere. This is the name of the cleric, Keodor, mentioned in his conversation with the commander. This sarcophagus undoubtedly contains the body of a priestess of Erestil, Delamere the Blessed. It's unlikely that the young cleric could have read this inscription, written as it is in such an ancient script. However, the information Keodor provided is enough to help the commander unravel the mystery. On the lid of the sarcophagus, the symbols form a circle. The commander notices that the seemingly solid slab is actually composed of several pieces in this spot. The hairline joins between the fragments are almost impossible to see. In Sarkoris, there existed a funeral tradition in which the priest would place magic seals, such as this, on tombs. The symbols on this seal are threatening. I guard the eternal sleep of Delamere. Cursed be any who dare to destroy me. The commander... Possible. We'll have them say a prayer. So Yorkie recalls an old Celtic prayer to Eristill. As soon as he utters it, the symbols on the stone, stone seal, begin to glow. With a click, the seal crumbles into pieces, and the lid of the sarcophagus slides open. I think we can thank Cloud and Sky for their help there. Inside the sarcophagus lie the remains of a female archer. The bones are held together by leather armour, covered in the same symbols as those on the sarcophagus, and the skeleton's hands are clutching an impressive bow made from antler. Surprisingly, there is no unpleasant smell from the remains. The commander... will take them. Suddenly the commander feels a rush of fresh air out of the palace in the cellar. It carries a scent of rain, the sound of dense forest, the mighty roar of a mountain. The commander's body is overflowing with power. The bow seems to yearn to be in his hands. I'm not a boyer. We have someone who is. Now suffused with an overabundance of strength. Strange sensations pass, leaving behind only pleasant freshness. Let's just see what this bow is, shall we? Delamere's bow. +2. Whenever this +2 wholly composite bow lands a hit, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw or become entangled for 1 round. It can only be equipped by good aligned characters. And he is neutral good. Better than the entrapping longbow, I believe. 3 to 10 compared to 2 to 9. That's an easy reflex save to make, whereas that is harder. We also have Delamere's armor, leather armor, 5 armor class, compared to 6. Allows its wearer to cast spells from the plant's domain as if they were to. Nobody's going to use that. Carapace, heavy armor. Can you use it? No. Can I use it? Yes. And it allows my dexterity. And it's better than the chainmail of camaraderie. Whenever an enemy lands a melee hit on the wearer of this +2 mithril full-plate mail, the attacker has passed a reflex saving throw, loss of 1d3 damage to strength. I think that's useful. Now you're just wearing chainmail. +3 chainmail. Which is the same as chainmail of camaraderie, except this also puts 2 bonus damage when flanking. Yes. And that, you could wear it, but it's going to limit you to 2 dexterity, which is no good at all. That will be sold. It seems we're done here. Not a bad little haul. Upstairs we go.
Onwards!
Oh, so there are rats indeed. They lasted long. Well, so much for him. With that, we may head out. So that meets up with that.
A rest would be welcome. Shall not falter.
Not too hard to fight, I
out.
think. Some damage taken, but not a problem. I assumed coming through the Ashen Grove and behind there, it would be to go this way. So let us head back. You may go clear where we've been. Warriors have discovered what attracted such a horde of monsters. An impressive, abundant, ambulant laboratory belonging to some insane alchemist. Energy points times 60, nice. The laboratory has been mercilessly plundered of jars of elixirs and ingredients, all sinister holes, through which the hideous creatures had consumed their contents, like some exquisite nectar. Luckily, some of the alchemist's inventory survived. Right. And we shall rest. Main stables in Drezen is built. Good. Let us see what else we have to do here. Demon's Heresy, go to Green Gates. Dragon Hunt, yes. Maximize all crusade stats, that's a long way off. On the crusade, craftsman to improve a relic, which we've worked on. A random encounter. Who, pray tell, is this in the way? Oh. Not to play with my food, even if it's armed with me. This is not good. This is going to be devastating.
Quickly!
And they're flying off. Our priest is dead. Not good. that, we will have to return home. And have the priest there heal us. Arsino, I believe, is the priest here. I saw the name and I recognize it from Kingmaker. So, sally forth, my friends, let us get our priest healed. If indeed we can. Interesting. I have to go. Good. Arsino. Use the help of a cleric. And I need you. It's not going to work. I see no way that I can do this. Is the race dead anyway? What is the race dead? Not a name, so resource. I have no race dead. Insist. Insist. Action. No race dead. Well, name. Unifying solution wouldn't hurt. Scroll raised dead. Good. I guess because we have a priest here, we can just do it. Right, let's bulk sell. Care about that. Care about that. We keep that. We keep that. Care about those. I don't care about that. We can get rid of that. I guess we will be resting because at least our horse and our little witch, several of us in fact, are all needing healing. Or death's door. Code. You also need some of this. We'll do that afterwards. rest. Heal up. I'm ready to move out. Before we move out, though, we have someone at the table. Commander, I've got some information that might be of personal interest to you. Personal interest? What do you mean? We're not talking about military but political matter here, but rather a matter of the heart. Tell me. Soldiers have been gathering in the graveyard to play cards. We usually turn a blind eye to such things, but it's against regulations. We let them enjoy themselves as long as they don't cause too much trouble. And that's usually the case. Recently, my people have noticed Soziel among them. Gambling seems to be having an unhealthy effect on him. As you know, I usually keep my nose out of other people's private affairs. Okay, we'll go with that. With all these spies and cultists, I have too much on my plate as it is. But I know you're close to him, so maybe you should do something about it. This isn't an official report, just a tip-off from a friend. Oh, thank you. The mage standing before you, wrapped in torn cloak, somehow appears to be dripping wet on one side, yet faintly smouldering on the other, merely says, "It is my pleasure to inform you that I represent the Absalom Runners Magical Courier Service. I have a package addressed to you. I regret to inform you that there were a few minor complications in transit, causing the delivery to be slightly delayed. The magnificent and glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered in intricate flowery embossing, triumphantly explains, 'Happy to be of service. May shell and brighten and vivify your day.' Who are you?" "Lechik Pence, courier first class of the Absalom Runners Magical Courier Service. At least until I make it to our office and inform them of my resignation." I've worked jobs like that. Well, not quite like that, but yes. The hysterical spark lurks in the Major's gaze. "Take it your mission wasn't an easy one. What happened?" Idly scratching a smoking bald patch on his head, the Major replies, "A shipping error. Wrong portal, wrong plane of existence, many evil, hungry, vile." With a weary sigh, he stops himself. "I apologise. How unprofessional of me. There were no incidents whatsoever during delivery." "What is it?" "A golem." The Mage consults his notebook. "Half of it, to be specific, as the other half seems to have been bitten off. A prestidigipane. Either painter or painful. A prestidigipainter, golem, most likely. Delivery to the headquarters of the Fifth Crusade, sent by the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums, Tianzia. The sender is the Temple's prior, a cleric of Shellin, by the name of Osagure. Prior Osagure also instructed me to convey that the worshippers of the Lady of the Chrysanthemums send you their warmest regards, and that they have faith you will defend Galarian from the demonic hordes. I shall call them to my heel at one point, and may shell and brighten and vivify your day. A battle golem, a weapon of war. It was not designed for any type of combat, yet I bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. The clerics of Shellin have sent me a gift. Seriously?" With a rueful glance at his boots, which appear to have been destroyed by acid, the mage says, "As I said, it was a long delivery. The order was accepted shortly after word of the glorious defense of the city of Canabres reached the temple. I wouldn't be surprised if the esteemed Osagure regrets his hasty decision. Thank you for the delivery." The weary sigh, the mage quickly says, "Have a nice day and consider using Absalom Runners for all your magical delivery needs. But not you, eh? Happy to be of service and may shell and brighten and vivify your day." Very well. Alright, Commander, I don't know what exactly the conflict between you and Sir Sia is. Please resolve it. His ever-bright Crusaders are a large and experienced force. Our strategy relies heavily on them. However, they have maintained a separate command structure, but lately Sir Sia has stepped back from his duty, leaving his people without clear leadership. The knights are confused, they don't know what to do. Maybe it's time Sir Sia placed his troops under your command. He is not a young man. His position must be challenging for him. Please talk to him. What do you know about Sir Sia's trouble? Just rumours, Commander. They say it's like his mind is somewhere else all the time. He is anxious, but won't say what happened. Sir Sia is respected. When people see him acting strangely, it breeds uncertainty in the ranks. Talk to him. Thank you, Commander. This is a necessary step to maintain our fighting capability. Right. dwarven property. Part of the fortress wall sustained damage in a demon attack on Drezen. A number of buried golems covered in the dwarven ruins were discovered among the collapsed stones. On hearing the news, a member of the dwarven clan has contacted the commander and claimed that the golems belong to them. Should be done with them. We can give the golems to the dwarves, keep them inside the walls, or extract them and use them in battle, which seems best to me. It's elementals. You know what? Let's keep the dwarves on side. Here, have them. Hunting down mutiny. Cowardice and faint-heartedness are like rust. They start small but can blight a whole blade. Any warriors spreading panic, disloyalty, or open rebellion must be rooted out and punished as an example. Riots must be nipped in the bud. Such drastic measures will surely lessen the eagerness to join the crusade, but there's no place for the weak-willed. Absolutely. Forgot to check how close we are to resolving the things we're working on. Let me pop back in there. We have a check to make. They say measure twice and cut once. Measure at all. "2 days. Fate of the unholy symbol of Rovagog. Looking for the Sword of Valor. On to it, a bet in 4. Hunting down mutiny in B. Now we rest.
You are relatively effective in combat, but you lack a true soldier's understanding of service. You only follow rules and commands when you are being watched.
You follow my every move, so how would you know what I do when you're not watching me?
She does have a point, Rigel. Let's just continue. Now we go again. Sia Sozil. Old Crusade looks anxious and disoriented. Yes, has anything happened? Where did your boy Movek go? Pain shines in the old man's eyes. His fuzzy grey hair is dirty and hangs down in unkempt strands. He sighs heavily. He ran away, packed his things in the dead of night and disappeared. Must have gone to find some demons to fight. He's a Kellid. His entire clan are blood enemies of demons. They also worship the god Gorum. You see the straw wolf hanging from his neck? Their clan talisman, called Little Bang. I put in so much effort to get him to see the light of Ermedy, but he imbibed his loyalty to Gorum with his mother's milk. I told him you can't fight the darkness if you are guided by anger. If rage overwhelms you, you can't. You'll either perish or become a villain. Or get so used to war that you will forget what it's like to live as a human. But he only had one thing on his mind, vengeance. For his family, for his ancestors, for his wounded honor. The old man cast a grim look at you. You didn't have anything to do with it, did you? If I found out that it was you who led the boy astray, I'll make you regret it. Every day I... Speak to me like that again, and you'll lose your head. Already said my piece. Serve under my command. Chia's genial face grows stern and cold. You know, I don't have the look of a warrior. I look kind of old and grandpa who brings sweets to his grandchildren. That's why many think I'm soft. That I can be pushed and forced. Warrior. I've been serving the Order for 35 years. Living in austerity for 35 years. Fighting the creatures of darkness for 35 years. I chop them into pieces and then try not to scream when the healers ditches my wounds. I have principles. I fight for my convictions. Do you really believe I would betray them on your orders, Commander? I have no faith in words. I have faith in actions. Your actions do not inspire trust. The hell are you talking about? I've freed Canabris. I've freed Drezen. I'm taking on the opponents now. I have to go. Just because I have demonic powers does not mean I'm one of them. Alright, it seems that it must be daytime, I assume. He's no longer there. Has he gone to the graveyard? To gamble? Oh, he's up here. Very well. Let's go speak to him up here, see if we can have a word. Soziel, a word if we can. Soziel is drawing a fortress on a hill with solid walls, looming towers, and knights bearing banners, marching through the gates. You don't realise at first that you have this. You see this place before. The cleric's gift has rendered the lost chapel almost unrecognisable. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Heard that you've been rather busy playing cards at night. Cards? Me? Soziel looks away in embarrassment. Who could possibly think? I've only visited games once or twice to get a sense of what our soldiers do when they're off duty. You think I'm addicted to gambling? Nothing of the sort. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Alright, well then, we'll leave you to it for now. We shall head out once more. I care little about the Ashen Grotto right now. Rather, I have other issues to explore. Deepest Canyon is besieged by an enemy. Right, then we shall drive these forward and take it on. Ah. Wrong way. Conceit was not worth your time, I believe. Certainly not worth your lives, was it? Not the best you have for me. Someone is on the road.
Onwards!
Jiff? What's this? Tie him up? Say it's no, it's not Waljiff, it's just cultists. Who are now about to die. Well, they focused in on me, didn't they? Step out a little. yes, we'll be taking them. Not that I'm particularly happy with them. We'll take them nonetheless. Ah, you only have 3. Fine. Oh, I am healed. I cannot go further. Another random encounter on the road. More cultists, no doubt.
Pay attention.
I spy. What do I spy?
I'm the best. I always have the upper hand. What's that glitter? Success! Success.
Move out.
All of their traps are disabled, whoever they are. Or all of the ones we've found so far.
Over there.
I'm the best.
Head on.
That is Waldriff, if I'm not mistaken. Hear our prayers. Waldriff, you're with the cultists. Accept this sacrifice, Baphomet. Curse you all, praise be to Amadei. It's him, the one who killed our brothers and sisters. Death to the killer, die! Death to the killer, die! Waldriff raises from the stone throne and halts the sacrifice with a raised hand. The cultist holding the knife over the victim on the altar stops. Waldriff is wreathed in blue flame. Demonic shadow rises up behind him. Easy now, we're all friends here. It's just a little misunderstanding. You thought you'd come across Crusaders, but they are big fans of our Lord Baphomet too. Waldriff half turns to you, his right eye twitching, to interpret as an attempt to wink discreetly. Ain't that right? Right, what are you playing up, Waldriff? Waldriff's face lights up. Right, exactly. Pilgrims of the World Wound. Meet the finest member of our big family. Hey there, Chief. Long time no see. Why don't we hold off on the sacrifice for now? We need to drink to this happy meeting, am I right? Yeah, let's do that. Tie that one on the altar up again. We'll get round to slaughtering it later. Cultists exchange looks and whispers. Chief cultist lowers his knife. If the crescents of the abyss say so, so be it. Make yourselves at home in the temporary camp. Pilgrims of the World Wound. Why did you attack our brothers? Waldriff, why did we attack our brothers? The chief sometimes has these fits of insanity and battle rage. It's a blessing from our Lord Baphomet. The chief goes crazy. He goes crazy and gets twice as strong as normal. But if the blessing kicks in at the wrong moment, that's just bad luck for you. I've had to get away from the crazed chief a few times, but I know what I'm talking about. You certainly got away from us when we were being attacked, didn't you, Waldriff? Cultist casts a wary glance at your weapon, but passes no remarks. It is good that the Crescent of the Abyss, our beacon in the darkness and our oracle, has resolved this misunderstanding. Relax, friends, and after, if you wish, you may join our pilgrimage. Right. Waldriff, bird in your shell like. Waldriff is waiting for you next to the altar, wearily wiping the sweat from his brow. Phew, I thought I was done for. Could feel it in my tail that they were going to kill me. You ain't a sight for sore eyes, Chief. When I heard the gargoyles hadn't got you, we're running the show up at Drezen now. I can't tell you how happy that made me. You should have returned. That night it all happened, I tell you. So scared I couldn't see straight. I wandered around, wondering if my chief and the rest of the gang were lying in an open field, with their eyes pecked out, Waldriff's eyes. Even my conscience prickled a little, thinking about how I ran. You look at it from my side, what else was I supposed to do? The actual paladins were getting cut down left, right and centre. And then these pilgrims of the world will tell me that Drezen's been reclaimed, and there's a new commander called Sir Yorkie. Well, I said to myself, can't be two demon-slaying dynamos with that name. Must be you. So I cut my way through the circle around Drezen, waited for you to come out. At one point, I got so desperate I must have went right up to the city walls. Better of it. Although an arrow in the skull would be a sight better than running in fear of Vortiel. Waldriff sucks in a breath. Keeps talking in a rush, like he's afraid you'll turn around and walk out. Currently too intrigued by what the hell you're talking about, Waldriff. What have you been through? What have you been up to? You know Vortiel? I don't either. Remember the name. Because of what Brother Melroon yelled in the basement that time. I'm going to tell Hebzimara Vortiel. Something like that. Anyway, my shadow told me that Vortiel is that demon. Shadow talks to you now. Right. I should be scared of him. Because he's after the abyss, but the shadow's a whole of the story. If you want to know why I haven't just come to Drezen, it's a matter of life and death, Chief. Not making any sense what's going on. Waldriff lets out a breath. Alright, I'll shut up. I won't shut up. But ask me what you want to know. I'll tell you. What was that? That was my cunning plan, Chief. Waldriff's tail is whipping back and forth so fast it's a blur. Are you pretending to be a cultist? And are you pretending? Waldriff raises his hands defensively. He's there, Chief. I'm no cultist. Didn't just ask you to play along for the fun of it. I have a reason, I swear, and it's not because I've seen what you're like in a fight and I know I've no chance against you. Why did you run? Well, me, I fought him, I did. Should have seen me. Ran. Was seen. I got one right on the nose and sent the arse over tea kettle and he flew off. I've gotten the scrapes a fair few times before, been caught by surprise in the dead of night more times than I can count. So that's why I leapt up quick as anything, grabbed my knives, and well... Of course I made a run for it. What else was I gonna do? I'm just a thief, a city boy. I don't go toe-to-toe with demons. Sure, I said I'd help you and all. That was before. Let me try some water. I didn't sign up for nighttime gargoyle attacks. What kind of idiot attacks in the middle of the night? I thought war would be keep more civilized hours, to be honest. So apologies, Chief. I always end up on the winning side. It's just my nature. You and your lot in the camp that night did not have the look of victory about you. It's not like I'd have been much help if a gargoyle snatched me in its claws. Of course, I decided to run. But I did. Your relationship with these cultists. Waldriff looks pensive. It's complicated. It's a long, unrequited love. Really? They love me, and all I think about is how to get away from them and save my own skin. You seem to have gotten yourself in a nice little setup. Maybe I should just leave you here with your underlings. Waldriff heaves a sigh. To tell the truth, I can't cool my heels here for much longer, Chief. I could have run from family and kept running for a long time. You don't run from Vortiel. He's a demon. If you don't find me first, they'll sell me out as soon as they get sick of me. Feel it in my tail, or else I'll end up on that altar. Waldriff leans closer, his eyes gleaming. I know you, Chief. You're the type of warrior that all Mendev should be praying for. When I was in the camp, I heard was chief this, chief that. There's no better chief than ours. Need to sort out demons, call the chief. That's what people were saying, I swear. I heard it with my own ears. So, would you help me? Said your shadow's been talking to you, is that right? Not just any shadow, my special shadow. After I spent a while running around the world wound, scared out of my wits, it suddenly crept out and whispered in this distant sounding voice, Vortiel, North, fear Vortiel. The name was familiar because of what Brother Melron yelled out, and I put two and two together. This Vortiel was in the north, and I needed to make sure he didn't find me. Bit by bit, I got the Shadow to tell me that Vortiel was a demon, and that he was looking for the Moon of the Abyss. Knows why. By the way, I have a couple of thoughts about the moon. I'll tell you about them once we're out of this mess. Maybe where I shouldn't just kill all these cultists here and now. Because Waldriff looks around and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. It will still be useful to us if you decide to help me. And thanks for not trying to kill him as soon as you got here, by the way. Their leader is a nervous sort. He would have definitely stabbed the lad in the altar if he had caused a fuss. They think if they perform all these sacrifices, Baphomet's going to appear and hand out powerful spells like candy. One from me. In a nutshell, Chief, bit of a situation here. One wrong move and I'm a goner. Vortiel is in the vicinity somewhere. A good man has suffered. Cultists are animals. I just don't want to get this and make Vortiel back off. I just want to get out of this and make Vortiel back off. Without you, I have no chance. Help me! Won't forget it as long as I live. It's Vortiel. All I know is he's a demon that sent Brother Melrune to get the Moon of the Abyss. Now that I have the moon, Vortiel's after me. Already tired of running from him, he's going to catch me soon, I can feel it. Part of the cult is playing in your plan. Aldrich glances around. Do you know why they call themselves the Pilgrims of the World Wound? Because they're itching to meet big-name demons like Baphomet. It's like they're on a pilgrimage. That got me thinking, since they're listening to me, we can lead them to Vortiel and mess with their heads a bit. Say that Baphomet's been calling him nasty names and that let the cultists fight Vortiel for us. Be a riot. Cultists helping us take out a demon. What do you think? What are you talking about? He, of course. Prisoner here, you know. I suppose there's also the other fella, Devil. He's one that tied up. I kind of owe him one. I made a dumb mistake and now he's paying for it. Now, don't get me wrong, I couldn't care less about the guy. He got himself into this mess, except if it wasn't for me, then maybe he wouldn't have caught him in the first place. The pilgrims kept asking me, will we have long to wait for favours from Lord Baphomet? As though just because I have my shadow, I should know. Am I some kind of demon whisperer? I just put on a kind of knowing air and said to him, do as you've been doing, favours will come. They took that to mean that they needed to keep cutting people up on the altar. I tried to put them off the idea, but they didn't listen. I acted like I was discussing things with my shadow, and I kept trying to hold them off, saying that stars weren't in alignment and raining eyeballs was a bad omen. I'd run out of ideas just before you showed up, Chief. I was already considering just letting him do it. Crusader, after all, you know, demons would probably get him in the end either way. Not my fault, that's how they do things. It was either him or me. Audrey sighs and turns away, his tail is twitching from side to side in agitation. There is one way to get both of us out, but I can't manage it on my own. I need your help. Alright, we'll deal with Vortiel. I always knew you had a special sort, Chief. Let's go break his horns off. We need to go to Patch of Scrubland by a bend in the river. It's not far, I'll show you. Nothing interesting about the place at all. That's where I was when my shadow came out and started pushing me the other way. Said Vortiel would find me there easily. They'd swoop in and tear me limb from limb. Right, there you are. Just one other thing, we need to round up my lackeys and send them off on an errand. Gone, we can free the prisoner. No point in leaving him here to be bored stiff, right? Listen up, brothers, sisters, the shadow has spoken. He says the demon will come to a secret place. A wasteland where there's no trees left. He saw a bend in the river. We once passed it there. Took a wrong turn and didn't find it. Glorious day. Before we set off, I say we make the sacrifice. I'd say let's hold off on the sacrificing. Time's a wasting and demons are busy, you know. Leave your things and go. You must meditate before such an event. When I'm all meditated out, I'll come and summon the demon to you. And that leaves us with Devil. There, a moment of your time. The young Crusader cautiously gets to his feet, unable to believe that he's finally free. The last day has come when those odious faces will no longer be looming over me. The cultists hid my weapons and armor somewhere. I'll find them and take my leave of this place forever. But over there with the rest of the stolen stuff, I made sure they didn't go walkies in the night. I hoped you'd make it out of this somehow. Thanks to your efforts, Woljif. Go, time is of the essence. If there's a demon hunting you, better to lure him into a trap and strike first. Who are you? Neville Gwenviar, at your service, nobleman crusader, and only surviving member of my unit. What are you planning to do now? Find my armor and weapon, go find something to eat, and leave this place as quickly as possible. Perhaps I will die in the wound, but I will die with a sword in my hands, not like an animal at the slaughterhouse. If I do make it out, I shall build a temple in Amede's honor, in my hometown. Rich enough to build a temple if you fancy it. You complain that your parents didn't give you enough money. I think we have slightly different conceptions of what counts as enough money. In any case, money is no longer a concern of mine. My life and my legacy belong to the goddess, who sent you and the commander to my aid. Iomade sent me. Let's go with that. How did you end up here? Solely through my own foolishness, because of my inability to fight like a man. So you're a wimp. Alright then, farewell. We have to take Armade into our ranks. So we drop our witch for now. And then there is some equipment lying around. Nothing major though. Ah, Woljif. Since you're with us, shiny dagger is +1. Old iron enhancement bonus wielding. Blinds them. I'll take it. Right. My throat is a little wrecked right now, and I must level Woljif up. That I will do off screen. So for now, I will bid thee farewell. If you wish to help the channel grow, hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and I will respond. I've been Sir Yorkie, and you've been a fine set of companions.